Hey, what's up everybody? It's Franco here, and I'm back with another Clash of Clans video today. And today we are back on my account here with only wall breakers. And last video I made was super successful on this account about getting to Legends League. And I did want to give an update about how Legends League is going. And you can see by my trophies that it's actually not going too well. And if you don't know what this account is, I only use wall breakers. You can see they're the only troop that is unlocked. And well, I'll show you a replay so you understand if you've never seen this channel before. But one of the things that I did want to show is I actually did get the achievement, destroy 5,000 mortars in multiplayer battles. And this doesn't really matter too much. I was just kind of saving to show it on camera, basically. And I only get 20 gems, but 1,000 XP you can't really be too upset about. And then also I did get destroy 2,000 builder hall in builder base battles. Which is kind of cool. And if you don't know, I only really use wall breakers in the builder base too. So if we go to my profile, I stop at wall breakers here. Let me know if you're interested in seeing these type of videos. I just kind of spam them. There's not too much strategy. When I think the home village, there is a lot of strategy. I'm not gonna lie. So I did want to start off the video by showing off this attack from last war. And I know it's not really related to the mortars and multiplayer battle, but I think this was my peak attack. So if we watch Brew Crew's attack here, I just think we have to have a baseline for this base. So we see a rush Town Hall 15, and he's coming in with dragons and earthquakes. And I figure I would show this replay just to show, because he's not like the most skilled player in the game, and I think he's pretty on par for how the average player base in this game is. So the average player, like, just knows general strategies. Like, he knows the right equipments, he knows whatever, the right pets, he knows the right troops, but there's not much more like intricate, like each base you have a different strategy or different plan, which is kind of like how I do in Legends League on my main account. Just I use like E-Dragon spamming him, so he just spams in dragons here, and well, you saw what happened. He ended up failing the base there. So actually, he spams Super Dragons, which I actually think are probably a little bit better of an attack. I'm not really sure. So he's a new Town Hall 15, actually. But I think he is a pretty good testament to where the average player base is. So the average Town Hall 15 struggles with Rush Town Hall 15s, and he's not bad. This is just a bad replay of him, obviously. And he ends up failing this base here. So I'll fast forward up to 4 times speed. The Super Dragon ends up dying. I actually haven't watched this replay myself, but you'll see why this is significant in a minute. So the Warden goes down here, and that's the end of the attack. So then I come in this war, and here I go with all wall breakers. And what base was that? I forget. It was number 37. So he failed on number 37, and I come in, and I was like, I just want to prove how dominant I am with this strategy. And I know, like, I'm just basically using all heroes, but if you come in with a strong strategy and strong plan coming into the base, you can take out any base. Like, and he did it as a Town Hall 15. I'm a Town Hall 13, so 2 Town Halls below the average player skill, I would say, and I'm only using wall breakers. So I honestly think when I did this attack, I was like, whoa, this is peak me. Like, I was like, I've been pretty skilled with this attack strategy, but I was like, this is my peak performance, like, I think ever. So I come in with the Flame Flinger on the right corner, and I saw that it could get a lot of value if I could take out that Expo. So I was like, if I can take out the Expo, I would just have to pad it with some wall breakers, and this Flame Flinger can take out the Town Hall, Warden, Wizard Tower, Archer Tower, so many things. And I start with on the left side with the Queen Walk, and I end up using the Warden ability there. I forget what was left in that compartment. I wasn't really looking at it right now. But then the Queen keeps walking around as the Flame Flinger is starting to work on the Town Hall here. And let me give you some context on this war. This war was very close. We actually lost our first war. I talked about it in my last video. And it's kind of hard to tell right after Clan Release, because I was talking to my girlfriend, Sakelnator, about this. And it's like rebuilding, basically. So during Clan Release, you only have like those 30 people in the war. And right after Clan Release, you kind of added and subtracted like roughly 5 to 10 people, because there's 20 people that aren't in Clan Leagues. You don't really know what they're doing, and people join, people leave, and all this stuff. So then right after Clan Leagues, like, you haven't had a regular war in a little while, and oh my god, my timings of these invisibilities were so clean this attack. And what happens is then you start a regular war, and you're not really sure what's going to happen. And I guess we picked up a lot of like garbage Town Hall 16s that couldn't really 2-star, like Town Hall 16s that were equivalent to them. And I honestly think a lot of them were bot accounts because I just kicked some dude out who just placed his finger on one spot in the screen and spammed down E-drags. And I was like, what? Like, how do you not know how to spam E-drags? And he had 3,000 war stars to his name. On my bank account, I only have 1,500, and I think I'm a pretty skilled player. I was like, to have double the amount of, like, accolades as I do, but then not even know how to spam troops, I was like, this account has to be bought. So, like, people like that were in the clan. It's hard to tell because you see a fully maxed out account, you're like, oh, they have to be good, 3,000 war stars. But they end up not being, so I end up swagging that overgrowth spell, which is kind of cool. And I did want to show my other replay from this war. I didn't attack in my current war right now, but this other replay in my current war, my girlfriend, like I said, Nader, actually ended up failing on the base too, but I don't want to roast her like I did Brewer. So I come in here, oh my god, this is a pretty high level base. I can't believe I actually 3-starred this. There's a monolith, fully maxed out, eagle maxed out, scatter shots. Honestly, I forget what happened, but I'm very impressed how I 3-starred this, and I want to watch it myself, actually. But like I was saying, then we started cleaning out some people from the clan and everything, and it's hard to tell how skilled some people are, basically. But that's what rebuilding is. Like, sports teams do it. Everything, like, it's just a thing that happens is, it's like bulking, like, when you work out. Like, you gotta put on some bad weight, basically, in order to cut and be ripped and shredded and all this stuff. Because it's hard to tell if you're putting on muscle or fat, but you gotta risk it and put on both anyway. So that's what I just open up the clan. You gotta let a lot of people in and then cut out the weak, and then eventually you'll be where our clan is now, and it's very strong. And that fireball was so nice; it wiped out so much of that compartment. And now we have the queen facing up against the monolith, a single, and the defensive CC. And I kind of messed up here because the CC then ended up going to the flame flinger, but hey, it didn't really matter. The queen stayed up. That's the most important part of this strategy, is you gotta make sure she doesn't die. And I have 4 invisibility spells here, so I can be pretty liberal with them. I can just keep applying them because you don't want her to die. I want to say, like, through ability. Obviously, I'm not using the invisibility vial anymore, but basically the same thing. Like, right there, if the RC threw the spear, the queen would have died there, and I would have been screwed. Even with the invisibility spell down, like, the attack still carries over. It's basically, I don't want her to die through the ability. And the Flame Flinger pops, and I think the main thing about these attacks that I think are so impressive as a Town Hall 13 in general. Now I'm a Town Hall 13 with only wall breakers, right? I'm done saying that for like the 5th time, but the thing that's so impressive about these is, like, I think also the most important part is really just the Flame Flinger. So also that overgrowth. I don't know where that came out of my brain, but that was the most perfect thing I could have done in that situation, honestly. But I think the Flame Flinger taking out a huge chunk and compartment is one of the things that keeps this attack alive. If I didn't do it, I don't think these would have went through. If I would have just, like, blimped the Town Hall. The Flame Flinger is really an underrated siege machine just because so many bases defend against it so well. And so many bases are, like, designed with that in mind. They have mortars near the outside and everything. So it's kind of hard to get Flame Flinger value. Like you saw in that first attack, I had to, like, use wall breakers to distract the Expo, which, like, usually you don't do in an attack. But really, however much value you can get out of the Flame Flinger is really just, like, your limit. And I used to not use it on this account because I thought it was too slow. But now that I can queen walk around the base, I'm kind of chilling and everything. But I ended up getting the 3-star here. The king decides to hit the wall instead of going around it. But there we go. And that was me cleaning up other people in the clan's attacks versus usually how it goes is other people cleaning up my attacks. And I'm not going to do any live attacks this war. I'm sure I could 3-star a Town Hall 11 there pretty easily. But I did want to talk about my Legends League and how it's been going. So since that last video I made about me getting to Legends League, I actually dropped out and then came back into Legends League. And I have had the past 2 days were positive, like 14 and like 40. But then you see these last 2 days, so like 2 days before these ones that are on the log here. Now these I'm getting 3-starred, and that's usually how Legends goes. When you pop up a little bit, then it just gives you its full wrath, and you're just gonna get taken advantage of so badly. And I do fail a lot of attacks, like this one here. I guess I can show it, but it's oh my god, it's mostly because my giant arrow doesn't do anything. Like, when I'm trying to attack max Town Hall 16s as a Town Hall 13, the giant arrow can't take out an air defense, which is like kind of the main target of it. Now the air defense is going to start targeting the healers and stuff, but it's at like 1 health. And if I just had that level 18 giant arrow, which, wait, I think you can get the level 18 at Town Hall 14. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, if not, then I'd have to go to Town Hall 15. But that is like the main hindrance on what's keeping me from being able to like get a star on some Town Hall 16s. Or like, I can 2-star them sometimes, but like, it's just annoying. Like, the giant arrow doesn't have its effect. The fireball doesn't work as well. It's just like the main things that I rely on the heroes are just like, they have to be perfect. And if they're not perfect, like, the attack power of this strategy just kind of goes back a lot. So that's kind of what happened here. And I tried to get this Dark Elixir because I'm just farming basically in Legends League. And I'm sure I'll get knocked out pretty soon. I'm at 4,800 trophies now, so I'll probably get knocked out like today. But I just like playing this account. So when you like playing an account, like naturally you just push trophies unless you like are trying to farm. But I don't have Sneaky Goblins, so I just attack normal every time. Because why not? And I'll naturally just keep bouncing in and out of Legends League. And honestly, I think that's the best thing to do as a free-to-play player, is just keep bouncing out and in and out of Legends League just to like get the Legends League loot. And I know a lot of people shit on it, and I think Legends League loot is actually very underrated. I know a lot of people disagree with that, but I think it's just enough loot. And even at my main account, Town Hall 15, it's enough that's sustainable that I can upgrade like roughly a wall or 2 per builder. So you really can't complain with that. But then I just end up sending in this siege barracks to hopefully chip off a couple more buildings. And I use some wall breakers to distract. And I could have gotten the 50% here if I would have just let the wizards maybe like hit that barracks a couple more times or use the overgrowth on the eagle or something like that. But I didn't want the siege barracks to pop and then my clan castle troops come out because it's not that deep for me to get knocked out of Legends League. Like I said, I'll just hop back into Legends League and it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I think that's about all that I wanted to talk about this video. I do want to make a video. My goal is when I get to 1,000 war stars, to show off that achievement. I think that is an achievement. Yeah, that would be such a cool achievement to get on this account. And I figured I would just make an account to show off some of the achievements I get because I think it's pretty cool how I can actually still get a lot of these achievements while still never getting unlocked the dragon in the barracks, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I think that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. And if you're interested in watching my push to Legends League on this account, click on the video on the screen right now. But thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.